Outsourcing is about defining the relationship model. An outsourced person or team could be next door or across the globe. It's about internal versus external, period. Offshore is about geography, specifically referring to teams in different countries or time zones. Sometimes we throw in the word nearshore. It just means offshore in a closer country. In the US, nearshore usually means Mexico and Canada. Sometimes we include all of South America because it's in the same time zones, versus offshore, where I'd say, okay, now I'm going to India or Eastern Europe or China, and the time zones are way far off. So that's the key difference. Is one is about the relationship, the other is about geography. There's a quality correlation myth in the question there, maybe. I think a large swath of bad offshore teams gave outsourcing a bad name, even though they're two orthogonal concerns. But geography doesn't determine competence. The real differentiator is the competence of the outsourced team. A competent team anywhere beats an incompetent team next door. Time zones can be a double-edged sword. It can be a feature or a bug. Asynchronous work, follow the sun. Our teams are coding 24/7 because we've got workers in every time zone. You could accelerate delivery. You could have 24/7 SLA support from DevOps teams. So spreading across time zones can actually be powerful if you use it right. We have an American team who reviews the Indian team, gives them feedback. It's like a 24-hour turnaround cycle because we're 12 hours apart. I say a thing, it's not 12 hours till I read it. It's not 12 more hours till I see it again. That communication delay and just the pain alone of trying to find a time to meet. I worked a shop where we had developers in the US, in Ukraine, and in India. What time do you meet all of them? Someone's getting the short end of the stick, right? That stuff can be tough, and it's a real drain on the team and the management. When we talk about outsource versus offshore, the real difference is one's about geography, one's about relationship. But again, geography brings in this cultural bridge. In the US, we mostly have the same development culture. In India, they mostly have the same development culture, but it's different than the US. Same in Brazil, same in Mexico, same in Canada, and sometimes they're subtle differences, sometimes they're big difference. But success with these offshore teams and nearshore teams really depends on having strong project management that can kind of bridge or mitigate cultural gaps. Sometimes it's work ethic gaps. From the American side, we go, we're working 80 hours a week, and other countries say, hey, we take all of August off. You got to bridge those somehow, and you can bridge that with good process and good project management. But that's kind of really where I see the difference between outsource, offshore, and nearshore.